Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, on Instagram. Leave that donation for that fried rice and chicken wing. Also become a member to the channel. But leave that donation for that fried rice and chicken wings. Look, man, Conor Benn wants to kill Eubank Jr. Grr. Someone tell Conor Benn to hold his horses. Stop taking it to the stupid. I got a brutal plan to end you, Eubank Jr. I hate you. I mean, come on, people. What does anyone believe this shit? The hate talk. Same thing his dad said to Chris Eubank Sr. I wanna break your face and crack your skull. Typical Nigel Benn talk. I mean, some could say the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree, because even Chris Eubank Jr. came out and said something clever, just like his dad, talking about when he slapped Conor Benn in the face with the egg, that he considered that an egg of justice, which was damn hilarious, boy. I almost spit out my tea when he said that shit. But anyway, Conor Benn is trying to tell people, look, I'm going to hit Eubank Jr. with a right hand. And if it doesn't kill him, well, you know what? If it lands on the temple, he's just not going to be able to get up. And Chris Eubank Jr. will be no more. Now, I'm going to tell you this. There's been so much talking between, well, really from Conor Benn. Chris Eubank Jr. is cool as a fan. But I got to tell you, Chris Eubank Jr. got a gambling problem, man. Y'all ever listen to Chris Eubank Jr. talk about gambling and about the money he owes Neymar? Anyway, that has nothing to do with this shit, but it kind of does when you think about the mindset that Chris Eubank Jr. may be in. And it kind of helped to explain why he really wanted this fight with Conor Benn, why he's taking this fight with Conor Benn as well. But that being said, they get to scrap this Saturday, and I can't wait to see it. I'm going to actually go live. I got to be at, well, it depends on what time the fight comes on, because I'm coaching my son's soccer team, and my other son has track, so after soccer, we're going to his track meet. So I'll come back home, eat, shower, relax, and then go, if it's not too late, go live. But anyway, one thing I'll say is we're going to find out exactly where Conor Benn's at. And also for Chris Eubank Jr. Does Chris Eubank Jr. still have it? Is he beyond his expiration date? Did the fight with Liam Smith take something out of Eubank Jr.? We're going to find out. But I just have a feeling, in my opinion, when you look at Conor Benn and how he returned to the sport, him out here talking about how he wants to kill Eubank Jr. and how he hates him, I think those are things Conor Benn's doing to hype himself up, you know what I'm saying? And I definitely think those are things that you get fighters to say to kind of help to sell fights. Because what can happen here is Conor Benn has got his fan base all worked up. Eubank Jr. got his fan base all worked up. So there's not going to be any love lost between these two, and there won't be any love lost between the fans of both combatants. I just have a feeling when Conor Benn's walking to that ring, one of these crazy YouTubers may come out here and throw an egg at him or do something crazy. I hope that doesn't happen, because that's not funny. If you want to, all the craziness should have been done already. We should be beyond that. You got to allow these guys to get in the ring and give us a good fight. But I wouldn't be surprised if some nonsense happened. But that being said, if it doesn't happen, cool. We can get these two guys to get in the ring just like their legendary fathers did, and give us a memorable bout, even though I got Eubank Jr. winning. But listen, you just got to take a look at Conor Benn. He hasn't had a knockout since his return. And I understand he's been fighting in different weight classes. But when you take a look at him being 23 fights, 14 knockouts, how's he expecting to go toe-to-toe with the bigger, faster, stronger Eubank Jr. and feel he's going to knock out the bigger man? Now, all I'm saying, for those of you who are Conor Benn fans, if you're saying Terrence Crawford stands no chance against Canelo, if we're always saying a good big man beats a good small man, how are we here now saying that the good small man is going to beat a good big man? Don't come talk to me about that Pacquiao De La Hoya bullshit. Okay? De La Hoya got down to 147, a place he should not have been and had to take IVs to rehydrate. De La Hoya almost killed himself making the weight. Pacquiao was bigger, stronger, fresher, younger, and De La Hoya just had nothing. He lost the fight making weight. De La Hoya just came into the ring and was just existing. The same way Chavez Jr. did when he fought Canelo. All right? He just came in there, he was a shell of himself. And it's hard for me to give guys who drain an opponent to give them credit for a win. But when you talk about Eubank Jr., he is being drained to a certain point. He is being drained. However, at the same time, I don't think he's going to bite off more than he can chew. I hate the fact there's a rehydration clause, but I understand Conor Benn's not a natural 160, 168 pounder. If there was no rehydration clause, Conor Benn could come in the ring at like 157, maybe 160, and Eubank Jr. rehydrates up to 170 something. And that could be disastrous, which I think is already going to be disastrous for Conor Benn, but that could be disastrous. But anyway, Conor Benn plans to go into the ring, hop, skip, right hand to the temple, left hook to the body, and good night, Chris Eubank Jr. I just don't think it's that easy. Who has Conor Benn fought? Nobody compared to Eubank Jr., who's fought domestic rivals like Billy Joe Saunders and George Groves. And I just feel maybe Eubank Jr. wasn't able to clip those elite fighters and his domestic rivals, but he didn't defeat him, he didn't clip him, but he was able to compete. And I just think when you take a look at it, Ben isn't qualified or accomplished enough or seasoned enough to come out here talking about sending anyone into retirement. I actually think Ben's going to lose. But I don't know. He and his dad feel that Ben can come up to 160, clip Eubank Jr., and then in their mind, go back down to 147s and pick up a world title with no problem. Conor Benn's even talking like this guy. Hey, I believe you should believe in yourself. You know what I mean? You should. Self-efficacy, self-esteem, self-belief is very important. But to think you're going to go to 160, win, lose, or draw, then come back down to 147 and fight for the WBC title, WBA title, WBO title, IBF, and that you're going to pick up all of those belts and become undisputed at 147. To that I say, in the most respectful way, to hold your horses and not take it to the stupid. Even Eddie Hearn won't put him in those bouts. Eddie Hearn will talk the talk, but he won't walk the walk. Eddie Hearn's not crazy. Even Eddie Hearn won't do that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Conor Benn is chasing greatness. He has not lost. He is undefeated, and he's looking at that. And he feels when it comes to Chris Eubank Jr., I'm the undefeated one. He's taking losses. He knows how to lose. And he's going to figure out how to lose when we get in the ring this weekend. But anyway, y'all keep cool. I just think when I listen to them, they have too much in common to dislike each other like that. Them guys, they both mix black and white. They're both from the UK. Both of their fathers were big-time fighters who fought each other. You would think that they'd be more friends than this born rival bullshit that they're trying to put on us. Anyway, we're going to see how it pans out. I got Eubank Jr. knocking out Conor Benn, and I worry about Conor Benn and his father after the fight with the alcoholism and depression, because Conor Benn's already gone through a lot. Self-inflicted, yes, but he's gone through a lot. And that's the last thing that I think a young guy like that who's gone through so much, and by his own admittance, had been crying on his father's shoulder, sobbing like a big baby with his tongue hanging out his mouth, wrapped around his head, dragging across his scalp. He loses Eubank Jr. I think him and his father are going to cry, because it's going to bring back all those memories of what his father went through. Plus, did y'all hear, remember when his father fought McClellan? Nigel Benn against McClellan? He won that fight. They say he was juicing. They said that's why he dropped to his knees, acting like he was exhausted, like he was praying. He dropped to his knees so that he could get the attention off of what he just did in the ring as far as his performance and get people to feel sorry for him and try to administer medical attention. They said that was all scripted for him to do that. Anyway, they say if the father cheated, then the son cheated. I don't know what to think about all that, but no discussion is off the table. Let's just hope Conor Benn doesn't pop for no shit this weekend. Or Eubank Jr. We don't. That's the last thing either one of these guys need. Keep cool. I'm in the breeze.